Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. We are in the Ignis Shrine and we're about to go through the door and see what the trial actually is. Because, let's be honest, the dungeon itself has been a blessing. Because the enemies here are really easy to do, they give a decent amount of set bit and experience. I haven't disliked that, let's say that. But now I'm very curious to see what are we gonna encounter behind that door and will we be able to defeat it? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that is going through it and seeing it. And yes, I was a little bit held back by the fact that I had a thought in my head that, do I need to do the other shrines before this one? Did I get that scene when I ended here because this is the right one to enter for the Zemurian crystal? And will I be able to do the others after this, or do I need to do the others before this? In the end I thought, well, it's a blind playthrough. They should be accessible after this, logic-wise, because they would have given you a warning if it wasn't like that. They should. So yes, I thought to myself, let's just go through the door, do this trial, and then we're gonna go back doing all the others as well. So, let's go. Okay. This seems to be the deepest part of the shrine. Look over there. That is one gigantic piece of Zemurian ore. It's so pretty. Is that the ore? Yeah, that's exactly what we're here for. A high purity crystal Zemurian ore, formed by the power of Septian veins over a very, very long period of time. Just be ready, we're about to have a visitor. What do you... Ah, the master of this trial. What? Ooh, a magic knight direwolf. Okay. This might be a bit harder than I expected. Is that a magic knight? Another one? So this must be our trial. Well, if you want that Zemurian ore, you're going to need to overcome it. Bring it on. Right.
Watch out. This is
Damn,
a tough one.
Look at the size of the thing.
Okay.
It is huge. Are we just gonna go start with flashes, or...
Here I go.
I think a little bit of stat increase to begin things with shouldn't be a bad thing, right? Ouch.
Let's move.
That is really strong.
All right, let's do this.
Understood. Here I go.
Okay. Just the holy breath. I think from after this round, she's gonna be in need of doing a lot of keeping people healed. So I'm hoping that with this first one, she can like put the numbers down a bit and then go over to healing. So yeah. Alright, and you, my friend, are going straight to its biggest damage we can do.
Behold the might of the Arcade School! Radiant Wolf!
Ah, come on, do as much as you can. 70k.
I'll handle it.
Not even half of it, but that's a decent chunk if I ever saw one. Yeah, almost half of it, so yeah, very happy with that. Do we want... We actually might, because Laura, she should be able to at least withstand another blow. if not too easy enough revivable. So I want to do a Shadow Brigade. So one, we can see what it is. It's her new S-Craft. And seeing as our strength are up here, so we should be able to do some decent amount of damage. And after that, we really need to focus on
We're finished.
recovering the party, building our stats, keeping our stats up, and then slowly moving along the side to getting the rest off of it as well.
Shadow Brigade!
Good. Nice. Heal and stat
Here I
up.
go.
That's insane.
Huh?
What the hell? You
My
get to do
turn.
it twice? You gotta be kidding me, really? Hmm.
Here goes! Overdrive!
I do not agree with your methods here, but we'll deal with it. We cannot call Valimar, but we do have Spirit Unification. This was mainly used to take away the critical from him, but
Huh.
You have my thanks.
it should work out regardless.
Behold the might of the Arcade School.
Because I gotta assume he's gonna do his heal again.
Let's move.
Not as much as before, but I'll take it.
Ha! My turn. Burn to ash. Fall! Now! Let's go, everyone!
Understood.
Understood.
Ha!
You missed.
My turn.
Alright, 0, so we have to use it.
Now.
Let's move.
Right.
Here goes! Overdrive!
Overdrive and overwhelm.
Burn to ash! Fall!
Our fighting was in perfect sync.
When I could keep up, at least.
Not too shabby.
Success.
Now, I'm just hoping it doesn't recover, because we have seen Magical Knights do that. If that's the case, yeah, that's gonna be an uphill battle, definitely.
Huh? Thank goodness.
Because I really did
Naturally.
push my way all the way through here. Good, I think that's the last we'll see of that. Yep, we're done. Phew, it certainly didn't go down without a fight. But now that we've won, we can get that Zemurian ore. Right, let's grab it and get out of here. Why does it feel too easy? I'm almost at a point that maybe you should take the time to recover your shit first before you interact with it. You know what? I might do that. Give me a sec. Alright, I think I feel a lot more comfortable now grabbing that ore, just in case the game has some, let's say, surprises for us. Which I can see this game doing. So let's see what happens. It looks even bigger from up close. Yeah, although considering how long it's had that form, that's hardly surprising. Still, if we work together, we should be able to carry it back to the courageous. Ah, so it was only the top piece, not the entire thing, okay. There we go. Boy, the others back on the ship are gonna be stunned when they get a load of this thing. Well, we've done what we need to do here. Now it's just a case of whether this can be made into a weapon for Valimar. And the only one who's going to know that for sure is George. Come on, let's head back and see what he thinks. Alright. And if we can get back to the Courageous without triggering anything, like we need to actually interact with George in order to continue, then yes, we'll probably go to the other shrines before anything else, because there is still stuff in there and more trials to be had. But yeah, boss had some really annoying moveset, but we totally overwhelmed him. There was nothing he could have done, nothing. Right, no trigger. Because a part of me does really want to go straight ahead to George, see the interactions, know if we can make a weapon of it, but on the other hand, upon return to the Courageous, they hurriedly carried the Zemurian ore they had obtained to where George was waiting. Ah, so this is a Zemurian ore crystal, huh? It's even cooler than I thought it'd be. He brought back a real treat this time. Well, we couldn't believe our eyes when we saw it at first. So, what do you think? Think you'll be able to make a new weapon for Valimar? It's hard to say, honestly. It seems really difficult to work with, and then there's the matter of getting enough of it, to make something of it. Well, I feared as much. It is hard to imagine this will be enough to make a duchy large enough for Valimar to use in combat. Well, I doubt it will be enough for Professor Smith to start helping out either. Well, all we can do is gather a lot more. Well, there are 3 other spirit shrines in eastern Erebonia. Just get through the other trials and you should have enough. You make it sound so easy. Hey, feel free to volunteer if you have any other bright ideas. Like Elia said, we just have to do what we can and gather a lot more. Oh, this'll be a piece of cake. Still, what we've got now is enough for me to get a feel on how to work with it. And to do that, I'm going to need to set up a proper workshop on the ship. Then by all means, do so in this area here. My brother would have no objections. Thank you, Your Highness. Yeah, thank you. I'll get to work right away. If you get a chance, would you mind helping me out, Rean? You'll be the one to carry whatever we end up making into combat, so it'll help to have you here. Well, I'd be happy to. Choosing to help George make his workshop will cause the main story to advance. As a result, all unfinished quests will disappear. Okay, so 1. We got a confirmation story-wise that we need to do the other shrines for the Zemurian crystals, which is very good. And the game now says, if you want to do anything else, now is the time to do it, so yes. Did we report all of our quests back? We did? Good. So, shall we then just do the shrines now while George is waiting? Because if that's the case, then we'll have direct access to all the Zemurian crystals we need to complete the weapon and directly continue on with the main story, so yes. I think that might be a nice idea. I just don't think we have a chance to... Well, in all honesty, I'm pretty sure if we go to shops in other towns, they will have the same selection George has. So, yes, if we want to upgrade other people to join our team, we should have the capability to do so. So, yeah. Alright. Let's see if we are allowed to leave. Yes, we are. But I do see that NG is back on our seat, so let's see. The Courageous and I are really starting to sing to each other now. A few tweaks from George and I'll have this beast tamed. Good. You keep doing that. And we'll keep working on finding more stuff to add for the weapon.
Where do you want to go?
Well, since we're able, and all the other quest locations, all the other shrines are no longer noted on the map, but I'm sure we can get there, right? Let's take the Aqua Shrine first then.
Full speed ahead!
And we still have Emma with us in our team, so if we need them to open the door for us, they are here. It's just a question, will the story let it happen? Well, there is a quest marker there. Probably better to look around here later. Right, we're supposed to be helping George put together his workshop, aren't we? Let's head back to the Courageous when we're ready. Aw, come on. This would have been the perfect opportunity to do so. Oh well, let's do that. Then we gotta talk to George, because all the side quests are done. We've talked to everyone around the world. So yeah, we can continue. We can check the computer, see if there are any new quests on it. There are not. No students. Alright, let's go talk to George straight away then. I'd love to work with the ore you brought back, but I'm gonna need a proper workspace to actually do that. If you've got the time, I really appreciate a hand, but if you've got other stuff to do that first. I've got a feeling that setting things up is gonna take a while. No new mega quartz. Not a lot of sepet, is it? Oh well. Well, let's help him out. I want to turn this into a workshop for creating Valimar's Tachi. If you get a chance, I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out. Choosing to help George make his workshop will cause the main story to advance. As a result, all unfinished quests will disappear. I don't know what else to do, so yeah, let's continue. Thanks. Well, then do you think you could bring me the tools from over in the Orbital Factory? Can do, George. George and Rean then began remodeling the ship's hold into a workshop. While the process was more than a little exhausting, it didn't take long before they were finished. Phew, this should work for now. Okay, let's see if we can process this Zemurian already. Well, we're going to start by reinforcing Valimar's existing weapon, right? Kind of your way of prepping for the real thing? Well, that's the idea, yeah. I just want to get a feel for what it's like to work with, and it'll give you a stronger sword to use in the meantime. Let's get to work. Of course. Together, they worked on reinforcing Valimar's existing blade. Despite the task being simple compared to making an entirely new weapon, working with Zemurian ore was hard, even for George. Rean and the other members of Class 7 as well, as even Valimar helped where they could and supported him in his efforts. Eventually, it was Friday. Valimar, your new blade is quite impressive. Yeah, it came out pretty well. Although, the base weapon is still the same as a soldat's. Well, unlike a soldat's blade, however, I can feel mana radiating from it even now. I expect it will be able to hold a significantly keener edge than before. I'm amazed you managed to process that stuff. A hunk of crystal like that must have been a real pain to work with, George? Well, if anyone could, it's you. I wouldn't have been able to do much with it if not for your guys' help. That we got this far is a real statement to our combined efforts. Well, I'm not sure our contributions can even compare to what you've done, and I'm grateful for it. I'm sure the battles ahead are going to be a lot more smoothly thanks to this. Well, we're lucky to have you on our side, George. Now all we got to do is take it into a real fight and see how it feels. Right. We should get Valimar to give it a couple of good swings.
Oh, you're all still here.
Toa?
Does
it mean the retaliation is here? For what we did in Roar?
What's wrong? It's not like you to be so flustered. It's terrible. We got an emergency report in from the Twin Dragons Bridge. It's Celtic.
Celtic?
What happened to Celtic?
It was set on fire by the Kreutzen provincial army.
What the hell? If they ever were a sore loser, this is the way to show it, definitely.
What?
What?
Can we go directly there and help? And maybe stop the remaining forces? They set a course for Celtic and hurried there as fast as their legs could carry them. Once they arrived, a number of them disembarked to assess the situation. Instructor, Sarah and Eustace included. Alright. Well, we're gonna have our massive gun with us. Do want to have ammo as well. Well, might as well put Milliam in there as well, because she is getting so far behind compared to the rest of them. Same day, Celtic. Ah, damn. They destroyed the entire town. What's the point in this? It's not like this was like a strategic location for them or anything like that. I think this was just a statement. This is awful. How could they? The Grand Market seems to have taken the brunt of it too. The fact that this was the work of the provincial army themselves is distressing to say the least. I can't believe this. Let's have a look around town. We should pay a visit to both the market manager and the 4th Armored Division too. Yeah, this is not good, no matter how you look at it. I hope all the people are okay. Oh, you haven't seen my husband anywhere, have you? I heard they brought him in here with serious injuries, but I can't see him anywhere. Why does he have to worry me like this? I'm doing everything in my power as a pharmacist to aid everyone's treatment. But it still terrifies me to think how quickly those soldiers laid waste to this town. I'm not entirely sure how I managed to escape, to be completely frank. Fortunately, some of my medicine was left undamaged, so I was able to use that to treat the injured. And yet, There was nothing anyone could do for Otto. Otto's gone? Oh, I tripped and hurt myself in all the commotion. It's nothing serious compared to everyone else. I'm lucky. But how could they do this to our home? This asks for retaliation from our side. Father Zero's considerable medical knowledge helped to save those who were badly wounded in the assault. We're truly blessed to have him stationed here. But why did something this awful has to happen? They showed no mercy, not even to the children. I'm sorry, I shouldn't let myself get worked up like this. If you're looking for Father Zerbal, he left for the market manager's home. The Alliance must have feeling desperate or something in order to do something like this. To destroy a town without even thinking about the people living there? I was about to be hit by some falling rubble then. Before I knew what was happening, Jake appeared and pushed me out of the way. It's all my fault. What will I do if he never wakes up? Please, Jake, wake up. I'm begging you. I can't believe that even Jake was caught up in all this. This is so horrible. I couldn't do anything to help. I feel so ashamed of myself. Don't be. You're up against professionals and they had the element of surprise on their side. She's right. I know you're upset, but you're not the one to blame here. And neither are you, Eustace. Yes, I suppose you're right. If I have time to blame myself for what happened, this time I could be using to actually help people. Wake up, Jake. He's not waking up. And she was just about to head home too, after all the months she spent away from there. Excuse me, but how's she been holding up? Has she been given medical treatment? Father Zerbals already tended to her, but apparently the blow to her head was so strong that he can't be sure she'll make it. Ah, Louise, please open your eyes, I'm begging you. You two seemed like good friends from what I've seen. Yeah, we got to know each other from my visit to the Weathercock whenever I was in town for work. But I'm not going to be able to do anything for her staying here. Let's go. We need to see how things are elsewhere. Right. Louise, please, open your eyes. Why? Why did this have to happen? How much more will this war take from us? She got knocked out cold by some fallen debris and hasn't woken up since. How could something like this happen? Daddy's not here. Oh man, where did he go? The sister told him to stay put too. Don't tell me Becky's father is also gone. No. Knowing him, if he's able to move, he's out there trying to help people of the Grand Market. That's definitely something he would do. Those humanoid machines, they're... Stay back, don't do it! He seems to be unconscious. He is unconscious. No, this can't be. Marco, open your eyes, please.
I hope Louise will be okay.
She wasn't the only familiar face either.
No, this entire town is a familiar face. We know everyone here. We've talked to them, we've helped them, we've done quests for them. Yeah, they're gonna pay for this. Sorry. My mind's kind of all over the place right now. I still can't believe how quickly it all happened. Minutes, that's all it took. They ruined the town before our eyes. How could anyone does something like that to even call themselves human? Sorry, I have a lot on my mind right now. I gotta clean up the store too. Everything's a mess. The shockwaves knocks a bunch of stuff off the shelves. Yeah, it's not time for us to do that. He has other things to mind himself with. My house was burned down. There's nothing left of it. Our house was set on fire during the attack. We managed to escape safely, but where will it go now? Don't cry, Anita. Otherwise I'll end up breaking down too. Mommy. So sad. But this is what war does. It destroys everything. Oh, hello. I somehow managed to keep this place from burning down, but Louise was hit on the head by some falling debris during the attack, and if I'd known things would end up like this, I would have forced her to take that day off. The store's okay. We got all the debris cleared off for the most part, but this is all just too much. Why? Why her? Yeah, would be a bit in poor taste to spend the night here in the debris. Alright, no people upstairs. And I'm pretty sure the people that lost their homes will be able to stay in the inn, at least for a while. Not that that would comfort them in any way. Those big robots came crashing into town out of nowhere. Then they just started destroying everything and anything. The market manager told me to run, so I did. But then he... Did something happen? Yeah, I think Otto paid with his life to protect this town. I only got away thanks to the market manager. He's always been there for me, but now... Why? Why did this have to happen to you of all people, Otto? Don't tell me. We should go check for ourselves before jumping to conclusions. True. No, no, stay away. Please leave the town alone. Why? Why is this happening? Yeah, walking through this town, knowing everyone here, it's not making this an easy walkthrough. We're in the midst of assessing the situation. Please take any questions to Lieutenant General Gregg. Let's leave it for now. Those huge machines, they came and destroyed the Grand Market. I was so scared. I don't ever want to see them again. The Jaegers took advantage of the chaos to set fire to as much of the town as possible. We tried to put it out as fast as we could, but we had our hands full simply trying to make sure that all the townfolk were safely evacuated. In the end, we weren't able to prevent the fire from spreading. I'm pretty sure you did all you could.
No!
It used to be so lively, and now...
No. No. I took out a loan to procure the goods for my store. Why? Why did it come to this? Oh, ay Dios. Why? Those soldiers tore the Grand Market asunder like it was nothing. They took away what was essentially our home. And yet, here I am, unable to even work up the energy to be depressed. Part of me always suspected that things would end up like this, but even then, I have no idea how to cope with this. I've completely lost the will to do anything at this point. I get that. I really do. Ah, you all made it, I see. I've seen a lot during my time as a reporter, but this is the first time I've been left speechless. An atrocity like this cannot be forgiven. Nobility or not, there's no excuse for such carnage. We'd be failures as people if we let something like this pass. I'll do whatever I can to make sure this doesn't get covered up. I'll make sure pictures of this horrific sight get out there. This sort of atrocity cannot be allowed to ever happen again. Good.
Wasn't that the rest area?
It was. Terrible, just terrible. Ah, I see you've all arrived. Lieutenant General Gregg, Major Neidhart. Oh, you're here too, Claire. Thank you for coming. I presume you were all contacted? That's right, we came as soon as we heard. Is this the work of who I think it is? It is, as you suspect. This was done by none other than the cruising provincial army soldiers. That's absurd. For what reason? So it seems that they have no issue with raising the very lands they're meant to protect. Unfortunately, it's very real. Apparently they broke through a gap in our defense line of defense at the Twin Dragon Bridge. According to the report, there were a number of Jaegers within their ranks too. Duke Alberay has been hiring the Northern Jaegers throughout this war. They were behind the attack on Ymir too. That explains things. Raising towns like this is one of their specialties. We've arrived on the scene as fast as we could and managed to fight them off while evacuating the townsfolk, but they had already retreated towards Bereahart and formed a defensive line by the time the 4th Division arrived. The townfolks readily accepted us after the provincial army was forced to retreat from Twin Dragon Bridge. It's clear that it was intended to punish them for what they did as an example to others. Well, the old Duke's probably not too happy about how that played out, so yeah. Even then, though, there's just no excuse for this. This reminds me of what Rufus and Vita said, actually.
I beg to differ. The presence of Soldats units on a battlefield makes a tremendous difference. What they may lack in firepower and armor compared to tanks, they make up for in mobility and versatility. But more important than even those factors is the psychological impact they have on our opponents.
We're only human. As such, we are as captivated as we are terrified of giant beings bearing human form.
Rufus said that? Oh, Vida. The fear this attack has instilled in the townsfolk seems to be a testament to those words. Thanks to the Soldats, it's safe to say they succeeded in their aim. Even we of the RMP felt somewhat powerless before them, especially since we couldn't prevent that fatality. Wait, someone passed away? The market manager, I'm afraid. Eyewitness reports state that he got caught up in the debris while aiding with the townfolk's evacuation. That's awful. Oh, that's actually quite cruel showing us those pictures. With the memories we have of him helping us throughout our journey. Regardless, we plan to strengthen our defenses here while preparing for the countermeasures against Bereahart. I advise that you keep your distance from Celtic for a while. Do engrave this horrid sight into your minds, however. This is no mere minor conflict, it's an all-out war. Never forget that. Leave the town folks to us. We'll do everything we can to support them. What of the measures to be taken against Rayhard? Something must be done, that much is certain. Leave the military affairs to us, but do take a good look around you. Engrave this sight into your minds. This is the true face of war. Celtic holds no value to Alliance from a military's perspective. This was clearly to make an example out of them. We won't let this go unpunished. Our chance of retribution will come, and they will pay. Best not to get yourself caught up in it when that time comes. No, I think Clan 7 wants to be a part of it, especially users, because they need to pay, because this is uncalled for. How can you call yourself nobility, be of a noble stature, and then do something like this to innocent people? Yeah, there are just no words for this. Alright, well, I'm assuming that once we get into Otto's house, the story will continue. So I'm gonna leave the episode here. Next time we're gonna go into Otto's house and confront the one thing we don't want to see. The double confirmation of Otto's demise. But the one thing we do need to remember, that he did it in service of his town, helping the people escape. Same thing always does, looking out for the people here. But yeah, we'll continue it on the next episode. But until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time for more awful news about this war. I will see you then. Bye bye.